Petro stole my points! Yep, and I'll prove it on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, Petro ripped off my points. Not happy about it. And the reason I know this is thanks to Tony. Tony, thank you, buddy. Tony, Tourette's Trucker. You might know his YouTube channel. Go check him out. He does some great content. He's got like 1 million cameras on his truck. He's made way more technologically advanced than I am. But I got to meet Tony in person a couple of times. He actually came to my house when I was doing my remodel on the Clutch Trucker truck here. Anyway, yeah, he let me know in the comments on one of my most recent videos that Petro was changing their UltraOne points program. And so I checked into it the other day, and I are pissed. So what they've done is they used to have these gear levels, okay? When you use your UltraOne points card, every time you fill up, you had to put on a certain amount of fuel every month to get to each gear for the next month. This is the key of the video. This is how they stole my points. All right? If you fuel less than 750 gallons in a month, then you stayed at gear 1. And the only benefit you got is every time you filled at least 60 gallons of fuel, you got an ultra credit, which is only good for a shower on the first 3 gears. All right? Then it used to be you'd go from 750 to, what would that have been, 1,250 gallons, because you had to do 500 to get to gear 2. Which, okay, and each gear you have a certain amount of points. Let me back up a little bit. Gear 1, you get 1 point for every gallon you put on, and those points then convert to money, but they're only worth 1 cent, is what it comes down to, okay? So, like, 1 point is 1 cent, 2 points, 2 cents, 5 points, 5 cents, la, 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 all right? So, here's how it works. All right, so then you'd have to go 1,250 to get to gear 2, and again, you can only use your ultra credit for a shower. Then it was, I think, no, I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong. 750 got you to gear 2, okay? Then from 2 to 3 was another 500 gallons. All right, so that puts you at 1,250 gallons. Now you're at gear 3. But still, your ultra credit is only worth a free shower. All right, but at that gear, you're getting 3 points per gallon you fill up. All right, and now, then from there, it was 250 gallons to get to gear 4. So follow along with the math here. Now we're up to 1,500 gallons in the month, gets you to gear 4, and your ultra credit is now worth a shower or a meal, or you can use it for the reserved parking. That's why I always try to get to at least gear 4 every month. And of course at gear 4, now your points, you get 4 points for every gallon you fill up. Not a bad deal, right? Then another 250 from there would get you to gear 5. Gear 5, you still have the same advantages of gear 4, which were the free shower or meal or parking with your ultra credit, not just good for, just the shower. And now at gear 5, you got 5 points for every gallon you filled up. So you could rack up those points a lot quicker. So the only difference between gear 4 and gear 5 was, well, at least you got another point per gallon you filled up. So I always liked the months where I got up to gear 5, because then I would rack up points a lot faster, like when I had to buy a new headset, because my other one died. So I got this one, and it was on sale for $99. Well, first I bought that Storm, and then I exchanged it for this, blah, blah, blah. Go back a few videos, you'll find the one about the Storm. But anyway, so I got a new headset for free using my Ultra Credit points, because I was able to rack them up over a couple of months, and had $100 worth. So, when you can rack up 5 points per gallon, and you're filling, 1,750 gallons, in a month, well, do the math. That adds up quick. And I just did the math. All right, so in a month, If you're a Gear 5 and you put on that 1,750 gallons, $87.50 you can rack up in a month. So you can see how it didn't take me too long to rack up the points to buy my headset. Alright, so how are they stealing from me? Let's get into it. Now, I'm not positive when they announced this change, or when they certainly didn't give us little emails, or they certainly didn't put it up on our Truck Smarter app saying, hey, by the way, we're changing our program next month. Alright, because here it is, the 10th of February, 2024. They obviously started this change. You had started getting all the balls rolling and everything for this in January of 2024. You know, I had said years ago when they first started this program that they're finally going to realize at some point they're giving away too many points. And I think that's what finally happened. They realized they're giving away too much crap for free, especially since BP bought them out sometime last year. All right, so, but here's my biggest issue with this. Okay, you're going to make that change, fine. I get it. You feel like you're giving too much stuff away, blah, blah, blah. But the way you build your points and your levels, or your gear levels, is you're always working towards the next month. So all through January, even if they announce the new program in January, I don't give a rat's if you did then. But you didn't make it clear to us. First off, biggest problem. All right, next problem is all during the month of January, I'm still building up my points and my levels of fuel that I've filled to reach Gear 5 for the next month, for February. And all during that month of January, it was telling me on my display, if you go into my balances on the Truck Smarter app, it would show how many I have to get to my next gear level. So I had passed 4, and I'm like, great, I'm at least at 4 for February. And I went ahead and I filled up enough to get to Gear 5, which of course meant that I should have had 5 points per gallon when I fueled all through the month of February. Now, it didn't show up and reflect on my app, on my balances, until we got into February. And what happened? All of a sudden it shows me at Gear 4. Where back in January it said, next month gear level, Gear 5. And I get into February, and now I'm at 4, because 5 is gone now. Well, that's bullcrap. I got myself up to Gear 5 for February, and I get into February, and now you're saying I don't get the 5 points per gallon anymore, I only get 4? You're stealing from me! And like I say, I get it. You're going to change your model. Fine. But if you're still going to show on your app in January that I got up to Gear 5 for February, and I'm following your current rules, which say I'm going to get 5 points per gallon in February, and yet you take it away as soon as we roll into February, that's stealing. I'll even show you a screenshot of where I'm at right now on the balance, and you can see what I'm looking at. Alright, so I just showed you where it showed what I had for this month and for next month. And you can see on the current one, I'm only at gear level 1 right now. And I have to do the, 200 and some odd gallons to get to gear 2. Okay, but, at the end of last month, it showed I was going to be at gear level 5 for February. And yet I roll into February, and all of a sudden, I'm at gear level 4. You just stole 1 point per gallon from me. Even though you didn't show that in January. Okay, if you know you're going to make the change in February, then it shouldn't have let me go past Gear 4 in January to reflect for February. So TA Petro, you're full of crap, and you're stealing points from me. I mean, it's obvious. It's proven. It's not like, they were hiding it or anything. If I were a major asshole, I could go find a lawyer and say, look, these guys are doing this, and with the number of drivers using the UltraOne program from TA Petro, that brings up the things that lawyers love to hear, which is class action lawsuit. Yeah, they could. They could sue them over that, because they're essentially stealing from drivers. I'm not that much of a jerk. I'm not going to go into it, and I don't have the time. I'm just trying to make a living. Unless there's some lawyer watching this now who wants to take this case on pro bono and not charge me any money, hell, I'll give you all the information you need, buddy. But, you know, I just think it's wrong, and I think we need to call him out on this bullshit. You told me I was going to be at gear level 5 for February, where I got 5 points per gallon. And now you take it away. Okay, well, like I said, I did the math. What does that come down to? Essentially, you stealing $87 from me. I'm following your rules, I'm doing your little program, and I thought I was going to be at gear level 5, earning 5 points per gallon in February, and all of a sudden you say, oh no, I'm just at gear level 4. Like I say, that's stealing. That is stealing, T.A. Petro, you jerk. I guess this is what happens when you let a huge company like BP, British Petroleum, buy out the TAs and Petros all over the country. You know, you want to look at a good truck stop model, T.A. Petro? Look at Kwik Trip Kwik Star in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, and Iowa, and Minnesota. They offer us real food at the truck stops. Their showers are only $8. I've got the Kwik Trip card. And yeah, I can earn a shower with only 50 gallons instead of 60, and I still earn points that I can use in the store. Which, by the way, I can use to buy, like, pre-made meals like spaghetti and meatballs. You know, mashed potatoes, and real food, not just McDonald's and Popeyes and Pizza Hut. Look at them. They're the way truck stops should be. T.A. Petro. Alright, thanks for tuning in for that one. Just a little short one tonight, but, you know, I had to get Rusty his begging strips, and he knows, as soon as he saw me pull out the light and the microphone, he knows he's getting them, right? Yeah, you don't have to butter me up. They're coming. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. Get to your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram. Clutch Trucker on Twitter, X, whatever they're calling it now. Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty. Out. Alright, look. You just keep talking. I'm going to hit you so hard, I'll kill him. Alright, I know you've been waiting. You've been waiting and waiting, hoping we would do a video tonight so you'd get a begging strip, right? Is that what you're waiting for? Is that it? I think that means that's it. Alright, you ready? He just knocked my coat off and fell down. You're such a meatball. See right there, that's proof. That is why he is the meatball dog. Maybe people always ask in the comments, why is he the meatball dog? And I always have to explain, well, when I was a kid and I was acting silly, my parents would say I'm acting like a meatball. So, that's where that comes from. So Rusty is the world famous meatball dog. And the world famous comes from when my buddy John Branch did that article on me in the New York Times during the pandemic, and people from around the world started following this channel. So that makes him the world famous meatball dog. And now you know. Boy, he's chomping him quick tonight, baby. Wow, Rusty. You all done? Just about. Think you got it, buddy.